Today we're going to discuss not how to place your hands on the club, but the routine necessary to establish a proper grip. When you watch the tour players, there is a variety in how they put their hands on the golf club. Perhaps the most common would be the normal where they just put the club down on the ground with the club face in a square position, and they just put their left hand on top of the club. Now notice as I said that they put their hand on top. A lot of amateurs will come under and try to wrap. They just put the hand right down on top, and then they just fold the right hand on. That's probably the most popular. However, there are some variances. Paul Azinger in his years used to put the club on behind his left hip. This is particularly good for those players that have a weak left hand position. When you put the club on behind your left hip, it tends to make your hand want to go more into a concave position to go back to your hand, to the grip. So for players that have a weak grip, it's not a bad idea to put your hand back here and then bring the club up in front of you with that hand in the proper position before you put your right hand on. Another one is by the famous teacher from Australia named Norman van Nida. And he had a grip where he put the face of the golf club roughly 90 degrees off the target line and had you turn your left arm and hand over to put the grip on. This again is for people who have tendency to get the club on a weak position. That brings the club back up to square. A couple players, Nick Faldo did this, Steve Elkington. Club to the right, left hand on properly, bring it back up to square, right hand goes on. Then somebody like Bob Tway used to hold, he holds the club up in front of him, much like Jim Furyk also, and they put the club on up here. When you're putting your hands on up here, you put the pad of your left hand on top of the grip, and you just slide the right hand down, so when you slide the right hand down, it goes again into the fingers. Try to find the best way for you to establish a routine with your grip that fits into your whole pre-shot routine. This will again lead to consistency, and that's what we're all striving for. Good luck.
PUterbaugh is Director of Instruction at the Aviara Golf Academy in Carlsbad. He's been a Golf Magazine Top 100 instructor 14 years running.